everyone! Since it's astronomy week and we'll be learning about stars, their constellations, moon phases, and a lot of things that have to do with our solar system, I decided that I would read this book that's called There's No Place Like Space, and it's all about the solar system. And it is found in the Cat in the Hat's learning library. So the Cat in the Hat will be taking us through space. There's no place like space. I'm the Cat in the Hat, and we're off to have fun. We'll visit the planets, the stars, and the sun. There is no place like space. I will prove it to you. Your mother will not mind at all if I do. So there's the Cat in the Hat and his spaceship and thing 1 and thing 2. And he's taking these kids in his ship to see the planets. Jump in. Here we go. We will fly up so high we can dance on the moon and play games in the sky. We will swing past the stars, and in case you have missed them, you'll soon see. They're getting their spacesuits on. You will soon see the planets in our solar system. There are 8 of these planets that circle the sun, and soon you'll be able to name every one. So there's all the planets, and there's the sun. They circle the sun. Mercury is close to the sun's burning light. It is hot in the daytime, but freezing at night. So this is Mercury, and it's really hot in the daytime, but really cold at night. On Venus, the weather is the same. Hot, dry, and windy with no chance of rain. Can you guess the next planet? Well, here's a clue. It is my home and home to thing 1 and thing 2. Before we see the next planet, this says something about Venus, so I'll read it. It says, today's weather on Venus, really, really hot, nearly 900 degrees Fahrenheit, windy and dry. You have been living on it each day since your birth. It is the 3rd from the sun. It is our planet. So since we've seen Mercury and Venus, and it is our planet, what planet do you think is next? It is Earth. It spins all the time, round and round like a top. It turns once every day, and it will never stop. It says, home sweet home. This question had thing 1 and thing 2 in a tizzy. If Earth's always spinning, why don't we feel dizzy? We don't feel the Earth as it spins on its way, 'cause we are spinning right with it, right now, every day. So we don't get dizzy because we're spinning as the Earth is spinning. You would never be able to tell that it is, but it is. And then the next planet after Mars, after Earth, is Mars. Next, here's Mars. It's the color of rust. We sneeze here because it is covered with dust. So see, they're sneezing and it's a rusty color. Travel to Jupiter and you will find it is bigger than all the other planets combined. So you can see, here's all the other planets, and this is the size of Jupiter. So it's really big compared to all the others. Even if you combine all of the other planets, it is still bigger. Then there is Saturn. Saturn has rings. It is so light. Who would think? It could float in an ocean and not even sink. So Saturn has the big ring, and I guess it's light enough to not sink in water. A planet can have satellites around it Uranus has a lot of these objects around it. These are colors in space. I will show some to you. Neptune, planet 8, is a beautiful blue. So Uranus has a lot of different satellites, moons, and Neptune is really blue. We have seen all the planets. Now here is a trick to remember their names. Remember them quick. So here it says, say, Mallory, Valerie, Emily, Mickles just saved up 999 nickels. So that's just a little way you can remember is by saying this, because the first letter in each of these all represent Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. The first letter of each of these words is the same as the first letter in each of the planets you name. Now here is a game you can play in the skies. Connect all the stars you can see with your eyes. It's star dot to dot. Use your imagination and you'll see big pictures we call constellations. We actually have an activity doing constellations. Then it says a dog, the great bear, and Leo the lion, Taurus the bull, and a hunter. So it's just naming some of the big constellations. A star in the sky may look small, like a dot, but it is really big, glowing ball, and it's hot. And there's one star by far that's our favorite one. We can't live without it. The star is called, what do you guys think this star is called if we can't live without it? You're right if you guessed the sun. From the Earth, it looks so big. There was one reason why. It's the closest to Earth of the stars in the sky. But be careful and never look right at the sun. Your eyes would get hurt, and that would not be fun. And then down here it says, how big is the sun? We just heard right this minute, 1 million of our Earths could all fit right in it. So 1 million of our Earths could fit in the sun. That's how big it is. Oh, look at the time. We must go very soon. But first we must take a quick look at the moon. The moon does not shine in the sky in the night, but like a big mirror, it reflects the sun's light. So we see the sun, we see the moon at nighttime because it's reflecting off of the sun. The sun reflects onto the moon, and that's why at nighttime we can see it. And depending on where the sun moves around, depending on how the Earth moves around the sun, we see different shapes of the moon and how the moon moves around Earth. Astronauts flew to the moon to explore a place no one had ever been to before. They walked on the moon and then drove all over in a special moon car called a Lunar Rover. An astronomer studies what's up in the sky. Thing 2 wants to be one. In fact, so do I. That's when we first landed on the moon. The universe is a mysterious place. We are only just learning what happens in space. So I brought you to a present to look in the sky. Just put this telescope up to your eye. Oh dear, I must go, fly back up to the stars, and take things 1 and 2 out to dinner on Mars. But there's a lot for you to discover, and it might be you who looks up in the sky. So they're leaving and find something new. So the Cat in the Hat left them a telescope, and he was saying that you might be able to find something new about the sky and about the solar system. And that's why we like to go outside and look at the stars sometimes, right? There's a lot about the solar system and a lot about astronomy that's fun to learn about. So here's the book. I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope you enjoy all of this week's activities we are doing and have planned for Astronomy Week. Bye, everyone.